Well, hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today it is time for our 1 month update in the 9-month guitar challenge. In the last episode, I sort of laid out for you what I'm trying to accomplish. I've given myself 9 months to improve at guitar. I have decided that I'm going to be practicing every single day very diligently, mostly following the Justin Guitar intermediate pathway. He has his intermediate modules on the Justin Guitar website. So I've been going through that. In the last episode, I showed you what I'm going to be practicing, some of the things I've been working on, and now it's time to show you my homework. It's time to take the test and see whether or not I've actually done anything. I've basically gone through the entire module number 2. I've got everything written down here, the intermediate module number 2. And I've been following the practice schedule for that module every single day. And so I guess the question is, have I gotten any better? Have I actually improved? Well, I have actually practiced every single day. I have not missed a single day this entire month. And my goal was to practice for 30 minutes every day. And I've actually been practicing more like 50 to an hour, or 50 minutes to an hour every single day. The intermediate module 2 practice schedule that Justin Guitar has is basically an hour-long practice schedule or 2 30-minute sessions. It depends how you want to do it. So let me show you the things that I've been working on. You can see whether or not I've improved a little bit. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the next module, the next thing that I will be practicing, or the things that I will be practicing over the next month before the next check-in. So what do we have? In the practice schedule, man, I've got so many things plugged into so many things here, mic cables, all sorts of things. Basically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different things that you're supposed to be working on. I'll tell you how much I've been working on each of these things. Every single practice, I would do the bar chord grip for 5 minutes. So Justin Guitar has you focus on the E bar chord shape, and then doing the 7th and the minor 7th grips. So I was doing this for 5 minutes straight, basically, switching back and forth. Let me show you. So basically going from a full E-shaped bar chord, going to a minor, then going to the 7th, and then going to the minor 7th. And the point of that is to make sure that every string is ringing out clearly. And let me tell you, I know bar chords, but after doing that for 5 minutes straight, holding down that bar, it gets kind of tough. But I've definitely noticed that, the muscles in my forearms here have really gotten stronger, at least those specific muscles needed to hold down that shape. And I've really improved being able to just hold down that bar chord shape for a long period of time and switching between the minor and the 7th and the minor 7th. So it's working. I've been doing that every single time for 5 minutes. He also has a section for 1-minute changes. So that's supposed to just make you more comfortable. This particular module is focusing on going from open chords to bar chords. So for 5 minutes, I would do a switch from let's say maybe a C shape open chord to, let's say, an A bar chord. So you just go back and forth for 1 minute. He has different changes. You do each one for 1 minute. Not super musical, a little bit boring, but it's actually really good practice, and it's something that I don't really do very often, just drilling myself on C, A, C, G, just going back and forth from open chords to bar chords. And I did have issues with that sometimes. Like there's certain songs where I'd be going from like a C add 9, and then I'm supposed to go to a B minor, and it would be a little tough, but I've definitely improved a lot just being able to switch back from open chords to the bar chords. So that's helped. I've been doing that. Then the major scale with metronome for 5 minutes. So you're supposed to be working on the G major scale, the first pattern, and what he wanted you to do is go from playing one note per beat, getting up to 180 beats per minute, playing one note per beat. Then you go all the way back down to 80, but you play 2 notes per beat. And then he wants you to keep increasing from there. I've gotten to the point where I can pretty comfortably play 2 notes per beat at 120 beats per minute. So that's actually like 240 beats per minute. It's getting there. Your goal is to eventually get to 180 beats per minute playing 2 notes per beat. So that's 360 beats per minute when you're playing the scale. I'm not there yet. 120 is kind of my limit right now. And this one has really been kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, where I'd be playing, let's say, at 2 beats per minute at 115 beats per minute. And then I'd switch up to 120 and I'd get that, but then the next day 120 would be difficult playing 2 beats per minute, so I'd have to go back down to 115. It's kind of getting there. My main thing for me is just trying to prevent a lot of tension in my left hand. I get really tense when I try to start playing fast, and then it makes it so I just stumble and I can't play as quickly as I want to. So I'm trying to maintain a kind of looseness in my left hand as I'm playing these scales, but I have improved. Next, he wants you to practice improvisation with that G major scale in the first position, or the first pattern of the G major scale. So he has a backing track, you're supposed to play along with it. This one has been kind of tough for me. So you're supposed to try to figure out how to improvise over a backing track, and it's something that I really need to work on. And I'm not going to play you the backing track and sort of play along with it right now, but basically it would be playing, it's like, hey, just a nice little groove in the key of G, and then you're just like, I don't know. So you just sort of improvise over that backing track using that scale. It's something that I definitely have to work on some more, but I'm getting more comfortable with just playing the notes in that pattern of that G major scale and not flubbing and getting wrong notes. So that's going okay. Then you're supposed to do 10 minutes of Justin method transcribing. This is something that I haven't been doing all the time. You're basically supposed to take a piece of music and then figure it out. I've done this a little bit. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do, so it's something that I definitely need to do more of. The next thing you're supposed to practice is open position note reading. So this is actually sight reading using a staff, not tabs, but like an actual musical staff. I learned what the notes were on the staff. I haven't done a lot of the actual reading, like sight reading of those notes. We'll see. I need to get into that more. Next, you're supposed to do minimum movement fretting hand focus. So you're basically playing the scale, and then you're just trying to move your fingers as little as possible to play the notes on the scale. And you can play it slowly too. Again, kind of tedious, maybe a little bit boring, but it does actually help to make it so you don't have flying fingers all over the place, like small, efficient movements. So that's been something that I don't do every single practice session, but if I notice that when I'm doing my scale with the metronome that my fingers are moving a little too crazily, I will do the minimum movement exercise every once in a while. Next, he wants you to do a rhythm guitar pattern. The one he's working on in this module is a 16th note pattern where basically you're emphasizing certain notes. So he has you count it out as 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. So you'd be like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. So you're emphasizing those notes. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. And you can play it like this. But I don't find that too difficult. I'm usually pretty good with rhythm stuff, playing patterns and everything, but I do practice that every single time. Next, you're supposed to do notes on neck using octaves. So basically, you're supposed to be able to just pick a note. Let's say we're gonna do G, and then you play each note on the neck. I've actually been using one of his apps that he has. It's on the iPhone. I'm assuming it's available on Android as well, and it's really cool where you can either do find the note or name the note. So they'll either say, okay, G, and then you have to click each G all down the neck up to the 12th fret on the fretboard. And then you could also do where they say find the note, where they show you a C, and you'll be like, okay, C is here, C is here, C is there. And it's really helping me gain familiarity with the notes on the neck. You're supposed to be able to get every note within 5 seconds to move on to the next module. And I've definitely been improving on that, so that's helped. And then the last thing is songs and repertoire, where you're just supposed to be able to work on the songs that you're trying to work on. For me, it's mostly been Out on the Tiles by Led Zeppelin. Again, this is kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, where I feel like I'm really making progress. I've been playing along with a backing track. So I can't do that here on this video because it's actually the real backing track of the song, and this video will get blocked probably and taken down. But basically I'm playing along, and there's this website where I'm using the backing track, but you can change the tempo, but without changing the actual key or the pitch when you're doing it. So I was playing it, practicing it about 80% of the top speed, and was getting really good there. Still not muting all the strings I need to mute. Some things are a little sloppy, but as far as like getting on time and playing all the notes, I was able to do it at 80. I was able to go up to 90, was getting pretty good there. And then I went all the way to 100%. And that's when it starts kind of falling apart a little bit, but there's some days where I can really play it all the way through at 100%. Some days where it's not amazing. I'll try to show you where I am now. Again, I can't use the backing track, but you can sort of pretend that you can hear John Bonham playing drums and John Paul Jones playing a really cool bass line. So here we go. So still kind of rough, obviously needs some work, but I'm getting better. I am improving, and that's been the most exciting thing about this whole thing. So we have Intermediate Foundation 3 coming up next. I'm going to be working on this in the coming month. We're going to be doing A-shape major bar chords, so that instead of the E shape. We're going to be working on major scale 1-finger solos. I guess that's supposed to be breaking out of the scale pattern so you don't think that you have to play certain notes with certain fingers. We'll get into that. String muting techniques, I definitely need some help there. Intermediate Rhythm Guitar 3, I guess he's going to teach us a new pattern. Building melodic patterns, so making scales sound more melodic. We'll see what's going on with that. Songs for Intermediate Foundation 3, just new songs to work on. We'll see. There's still some songs here that I need to get better at. And then we will be doing 1-minute changes, so I guess we're going to be doing E-shape to A-shape bar chords to get more comfortable with that. And then some ear training exercises as well. I can't wait. I'm having a ton of fun doing this. I hope some of you are following along as well. It's really been rewarding and really been just exciting to see myself improving. Maybe it doesn't seem like I've improved a whole amount or a huge amount in 1 month, but I can definitely see it, I can definitely feel it, and every single day it's getting a little bit better. And at the end of 9 months, I think I'm gonna be pretty happy with where I am. Obviously, that's not gonna be it. I'm gonna keep playing and keep improving, but that 9-month goal will be coming up, and I really feel like I will have accomplished something by the end of it. So please stay tuned. In a month's time, we will have another check-in, the month 2 check-in. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuffin' Things with the 9-month guitar challenge 1-month check-in. I'll see you later.